Hello and welcome to TradeFlow Television,
bringing you valuable analysis and actionable intelligence
through the global commodity markets.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. China has approved its largest scrap metal import quota since April, a government notice showed on Monday, after failing to clarify its new system for bringing in high-quality scrap material by the scheduled date. The allowance is published by the China Solid Waste and Chemicals Management Center, for 176,746 tons of high-grade copper scrap, 209,660 tons of aluminium scrap and 4,990 tons of steel scrap. Imports in 2020 will ease fears over a shortage of supply after implementation of the new system was delayed.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
U.S. natural gas production was on track to drop by a record amount on Tuesday to its lowest since September 2018 due in part to unplanned work on TC Energy Corp's Mountaineer Express pipeline in West Virginia, according to Refinitiv data. Preliminary pipeline flow data showed U.S. output was expected to drop by 4.2 billion cubic feet per day (BCFD) to 84.6 BCFD on Tuesday. 1 billion cubic feet is enough gas to supply about 5 million U.S. homes for a day. If correct, that would be the biggest daily decline on record, according to Refinitiv data going back to 2011. Traders, however, noted pipeline flows are measured several times a day and the data is subject to change.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
France's soft wheat production is expected to fall by almost 21% this year after crops suffered from adverse weather conditions, the French Farm Ministry said on Tuesday. In its first forecast of this year's soft wheat crop, the ministry projected production at 31.31 million tons compared with 39.55 million in 2019. That would be 12.4% below the average of the last 5 years and would mark the second smallest French soft wheat crop since 2004, the ministry said. The crop in 2016 was the smallest. The 2020 forecast was based on a projected yield of 7.11 tons per hectare, down from 7.91 last year, and a crop area of 4.41 million hectares, down from 5.00 million. The soft wheat area, revised down from 4.59 million hectares estimated in June, would be the lowest since 2003, while the expected yield was in line with the 5-year average, the ministry said.
Agriculture consultancy ProAgro has cut its forecast for Ukraine's 2020 wheat harvest to 26.07 million tons from 26.65 million a month ago due to poor weather, representing a near 8% fall year-on-year. Significant heat in the south, east and partly in the center of the country had an extremely negative effect on early grain crops, reducing their potential, ProAgro said in a statement. ProAgro said it had cut Ukraine's 2020 barley harvest outlook to 7.64 million tons from 8.16 million tons previously. ProAgro also cut Ukraine's wheat export forecast for the 2020-21 season to 17.8 million tons from 18 million. It saw 2020-21 corn exports at 33 million tons versus 32 million tons a month earlier.
Next we have agricultural price moves.
Raw sugar prices edged up on Tuesday after hitting a one-week low as oil prices slumped on fears over surging coronavirus cases, while Arabica coffee recovered some of its sharp losses from the previous day. Falling oil prices encourage cane mills in Brazil to ramp up sugar output at the expense of cane-based ethanol fuel. October raw sugar inched up 0.02 cents, or 0.2%, to 11.95 cents per pound at 14:39 GMT, having hit a low of 11.78. September Arabica coffee rose 1.4 cents, or 1.4%, to 99.50 cents per pound, having lost nearly 5% on Monday on receding worries over adverse weather in Brazil. September London cocoa fell £17, or 1.1%, to £1,575 per tonne, after touching a 1-1 half-year low on Monday.
We will now take a look at energy price moves.
U.S. natural gas futures rose to a two-month high on Tuesday with output on track to fall by a record amount after a pipe shutdown in West Virginia and on forecasts confirming Monday's hot weather outlook that will keep air conditioners humming for the next 2 weeks. That price move comes despite coronavirus demand destruction, stockpiles swelling toward record highs and a collapse in liquefied natural gas exports to their lowest since 2018. Front-month gas futures rose 7.5 cents, or 4.1%, to $1.905 per million British thermal units at 12 GMT. That is their highest since May 6 and is up 33% from a near 25-year low of $1.432 hit about a week ago.
Moving on to metal price moves.
Copper prices soared to their highest in more than 5 months on Tuesday, due to strong demand prospects in top consumer China, and worries about supplies from Chile, the world's largest producer of the red metal. Benchmark copper on the London Metal Exchange touched its highest since January 22 at $6,172.5. It traded down 0.6% to $6,089 a ton in official rings, as some buyers cashed in recent gains. Prices of the metal used widely in the power and construction industries are up more than 40% since hitting 4-year lows in March.
Finally, we have the most recent news on the financial market.
Risk currencies such as the Australian dollar took a breather from recent gains on Tuesday, with investors hitting pause on an China-led equity market rally, as new coronavirus flare-ups and local lockdowns in some countries lifted the safe haven dollar. Riskier currencies such as the commodity-driven Aussie, Norwegian krone, the New Zealand dollar and the Swedish crown have rallied strongly since April alongside increased risk appetite in global markets. The Australian dollar sank 0.65% to its US counterpart after the announcement, last trading at $0.6928. The dollar index, meanwhile, rose 0.3% to 97.009. It gained 0.3% against the Japanese yen, to trade at 107.71. That is all for today's news on the commodity market. Stay tuned to TradeFlow TV as we continue to provide you with more updates. You can also follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow TV1, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop.